one day my mum got a headache. And then, she didn't go to work for a couple of days, and she was just sort of a bit bedridden. And I was just starting to go to high school, so I was sort of just starting to do my own thing. I didn't need to get dropped to school anymore. I was catching a bus. So I was going to and from school every day, and she was just still in bed. And I remember thinking, like, she's just in bed, like she just keeps being in bed. And no, I wasn't annoyed with her, but it was just like, it was strange.
Yeah.
There were moments that I look back on it that I feel really upset about because, I just didn't understand what was going on in like what was actually happening. And you're so self-absorbed when you're 12. You just sort of, you still sort of think your parents have to do everything for you and that's it. And so, I remember walking around the house and like looking in the kitchen sink and like there just being dishes in the sink. And I remember thinking like, why isn't Mum cleaning this up? And, I really wanted this like video game controller. And we drove to the shopping center so she could buy me this video game controller because it was going to be my 13th birthday soon. And I remember looking across at her when she was driving, and she looked so sick. And she could barely kind of lift her head, but she just wanted to go because she'd promised me this controller. And I just got, I got my controller and I just played the games and I wasn't thinking. And so then one day I came home from school and my dad, I used to go to my dad's house first after school, and then he would drop me at my mum's because they were divorced. I went up to the apartment and I came into her room and the shower was on and she was like collapsed in the shower. She was like lying on the floor. And I was like, is everything okay? And she said, no, I think I've got to go to the hospital. Is your dad still downstairs? So we carried her down, put her in hospital, and she never left. Like that night, we took her to the hospital and then she just never left the hospital.